Even to this day, I think about that encounter in my first cap, and I try to remember it whenever I'm going through a difficult time. Just remember that encounter, and what I remember is just like I felt like the biggest weight come off my shoulders. Well, my name is Curtis Benefield. I come from a world of just, struggle. I grew up in poverty. My mom, she had addiction problems growing up. So I just come from a world of not really having much and, just in that world, really wanting more just based off of what I seen as a kid. And just doing whatever at that time possible to get what I wanted as a kid. So ended up leading me to make bad choices, bad decisions. Ended up leading me to jail as a kid. And before CAP, I was, the way I was accumulating my funds was illegal. I was, selling drugs. I was making a lot of money. And up until my time going to CAP, everything in that lifestyle just wasn't working. I ended up becoming depressed. And it was just a very confusing time. And, at that time I had my son, had all the financial freedom. I was traveling, doing everything that I wanted, but I found myself being very depressed. I've always loved life. I always enjoyed life, and just the thought of me wanting to take my life and me knowing everything that I'm gonna leave behind. At the time I had my son, and it really hurt me. And I'm thinking about killing myself. I'm sitting here, I have a gun in my hand, I'm alone, I'm going through these thoughts. And I remember at that moment, I just was thinking about my son and thinking about if I leave him now, I'm not gonna have no impact in his life, especially at the age that I'm gonna be leaving him. And it's just gonna be, the same thing I went through. No father, no guidance. So that kind of gave me the courage and to look past the pride that I was dealing with at the time, to call somebody and express to them what I was going through. And he invited me to church and came on a Friday and gave my life to God. And my experience going to CAP, I didn't really know what to expect. I was just at this point in my life where I have nowhere else to go. I opened up, lifted my hands, cried out to God, and just the feeling of peace, it's a feeling that is unexplainable. It was just like an overwhelming peace, and it was just amazing. Just felt like a whole new person, just crying out my problems to God, giving it to God, giving him all my burdens. And that being the first time that I really did that, it was just like a relief. And I remember on my way home, just in tears, crying just from joy, of peace, of just feeling free in my mind. It was an amazing feeling. So the first CAP gave me that fire to want to get closer to God, learn, how to move God in my life and breakthrough off of the promises that, God promised over my life with my business, and just aligning everything up for, what he asked for me. And the business is going good. The way I obtained the business, is just in a very supernatural way. And yeah, I'm expecting bigger things after this CAP. During the time of CAP, I feel like there's always a situation that pops up. There's always something that would kind of make you want to steer from your choice of going to CAP or really getting involved with CAP. And I would say if you made up your mind to go to CAP, just no matter what, just make sure you get it done. Because the way my experience is each time for each CAP, I've always had a situation where I was oh my gosh, I can't make it, I can't go. But just persevering and really following through and, going with that expectation, and just really expect from God. Don't allow anything, don't allow a problem, don't allow work, anything to be an excuse for you not to receive what God is trying to give to you at CAP.